Hey there, my meaty friends. This is Reed, aka CarnivorousChef. In today's video, we're going to go over some applications to use with the Teres Major. It's a super tender portion of the chuck and it's quite cheap. If you ever run across these, then I highly suggest you try them out. To get started with this piece of meat, I suggest using a sharp and rigid fillet knife. It makes it easier to remove the silver skin, and let me just bring you a little closer here. Just like on a tenderloin, there's a ton of chewy silver skin all over this. While yes, the tendons are nutrient dense, they're just really hard to chew on. Cut a piece of the silver skin off and take your time pulling back and scraping the meat off. This one has a separation going on, so I decided to remove that piece and use it for something special later. I got most of it cleaned up, and the first application I'm going to do with this is a mock filet mignon. I prefer this over a real filet just because it's more flavorful. The reason you typically wrap filet in bacon is because it helps add flavor to it. This portion is about 6 ounces. Wrap it in bacon. Place a toothpick to hold it together and bring it over to a grill. Season both sides generously with salt. Cook this however you want, but I like my filet blue rare. Pull that off and let it rest while we do something else with the leftover piece, and let's make some beef tips with this. Simply cut your beef into similar sizes and bring it over to a saute pan that's been set to medium-high heat. Slap in a big tablespoon of butter and add in the following seasonings: a quarter teaspoon of cracked black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder, a quarter teaspoon of onion powder, and a big pinch of dried thyme. Add in a squirt of olive oil or animal fat to help bring the smoke point of the butter out. Carefully lay down your pieces of Teres Major and begin to sear. Sprinkle with a big pinch of salt and let it cook on one side for about 2 minutes before flipping and pulling up that sauce that's hard to say. Pour in about 2 teaspoons and swirl it in. You don't have to make a fancy light show, but it does need to be stirred in. Plate this up next to your sassy filet mignon and bring it back to the prep table to prep the special piece we had from earlier. Place it down onto your plate. Run a little line of salt and a little line of pepper, and that's it. I'm excited, so let's dig in. This first bite is for my Patreon community. Consider joining today by checking out the link in the description. Well, I cooked this filet exactly how I wanted, and it's simple and delicious. These steak tips are super rich and so tender even though they're cooked all the way through. Finally, this special little guy right here. Probably my favorite out of the 3. I'm not a raw carnivore, but I can see the appeal. This is the beefiest of all 3 items here. You can be the beefiest of all 3 items here too if you like this video and subscribe to the channel.